Hey, it's your book hound here coming at you with another book review. If you like what you see here, I hope you'll subscribe. We've got lots of great book reviews coming out every week and special offers and cool stuff. So I hope you'll stick with us and come back and see us another time after this. So today we're going to talk about Blood Trails by Diane Capri. Now, before I even get into it, I just want to tell you I just love Diane Capri. My hat is off to her. She is a very prolific author, and she also appears, I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but she appears to have her own publishing company and she engages in direct marketing. And so she's selling books directly to readers, which is really to me the way the future of publishing is going to work for mid-list authors. She's taken matters into her own hands. She's very prolific. She's written a lot of books. She's written the Searching for Jack Reacher series and a bunch of other ones. And this is the first in a new series. She's created a character named Michael Flint. This is the first Michael Flint novel. So if I know Diane Capri, there'll probably be another one coming out in about 6 months, and then there'll be like a whole series, and she sells them to you in blocks. She'll be like, you want 6 books, you want 8 books, 10 books. It seems like she's doing great in business, and I really love that. So anyway, Michael Flint is a kind of a tough private investigator sort of character. He's a little different, though. He's not really a private investigator. He's a person finder. He finds people, he finds missing objects that are valuable. And he's, a former military guy, unspecified, not clear what he did, but he's got a lot of combat skills. He's got a lot of trekking skills, got a lot of cloak and dagger stuff in his quiver. And like a lot of, hard-edged, private eye kind of people. He had a rough childhood. He was a foster kid. He was raised in a foster care orphanage kind of place where he met Scarlett, who's kind of like a big sister to him. And there's like, memories of, Scarlett, mashing his face into the mud when he was a kid on the playground, really establishing who's boss. And she's still kind of the boss. They work together, although she has her own like private eye agency, and he works for her sometimes. So the book kicks off in London, where he's trying to track down a painting that was stolen by the Nazis, and the whole situation goes sideways, and he ends up in jail, barely gets out. And he's summoned back to Texas, where he lives, by Scarlett. And he has an assignment pending, which is he's being asked by a very, very wealthy oil man in Texas, is there any other kind, who wants uh, Flint to track down a woman who hasn't been seen in over 20 years because she owns a piece of land that probably has a lot of oil under it. And he wants the mineral rights. He's willing to pay this woman $50 million for the mineral rights to her land. The problem is nobody knows where she is. And the reason she disappeared is she's a suspect in a murder that took place way back when at a convenience store. She was a young, teenager at the time, but she's implicated in the murder and she vanished. Now she may easily be dead. Now nobody knows where she is, but Shaw wants to find her. At the same time, there's another oil baron named Crane who approaches Flint and says, "I'll tell you what, I'll pay you double not to find her." He wants that land too. And somehow legally, like if she doesn't show up, it defaults and he'll get it. I don't know. There's some legal backstory that I don't really remember or want to get into. But basically, this woman is like the MacGuffin. He's got to find her. And the trail is stone cold. Like it's just whatever. This is central Texas, the middle of nowhere. A person committed a crime allegedly and vanished years and years ago. There's no family. There's nobody around. But this is what he does. And he goes and tries to find her. Now, of course, people start to show up who don't want him to find her, probably working for Crane or maybe other people, and they try and kill him and they try and beat him up, and he gets into a lot of scrapes. And he's kind of a Jack Reacher sort of character if Jack Reacher was like a highly paid person finder who had access to a lot of private jets and helicopters and fast cars and stuff. So he's kind of a blended fantasy of a tough guy. And what's interesting is that Flint, he's taking this assignment for money, but he also has a sense, though he says, "I'm no kind of cop," that's his attitude, but he has a sense of justice. Like a lot of these kind of characters, he knows right from wrong. He's got a sense of justice. He doesn't like the fact that this person appears to have gotten away with murder. He's going to find her. And sure enough, he does pick up a trail and starts to get a sense that she is alive. Nobody has any idea where she is, but he gets a sense that she is indeed alive, and he's going to find her. Along the way, by coincidence, the site of this crime where he's investigating is near the orphanage where he grew up, and he goes to visit the lady who ran the orphanage, who kind of raised him, and Scarlett, and catches up with her a little bit. And this woman knows also something about the missing person because it's all kind of in the area. She knows a little something. She gives him a tip on that, and it goes on like this. And I don't want to spoil the ending, but the book is, it's kind of a thrill ride with this exciting manly character. If you like exciting manly characters, this book is for you. And I know I experienced this, although I'm not sure I'm totally into this. There's a certain kind of male reader who has a fantasy that they too are tough like this, and that they would know, how to fight and how to use weapons, and they, because every 5 pages, someone is coming after Flint with, an axe or a knife or a gun or whatever, and so the male fantasy reader is like, oh, I would know how to do that. I know how to, like, twist the guy's arm and do this and do that. So you get a vicarious thrill from Flint if you're into that kind of thing, because as we all know, you know, no man is really that tough, and so but we all can all pretend that we are. We read these books; it's fun. So that's Blood Trails by Diane Capri. That's the first of many to come, I'm sure.